Was good. Was good, everybody. Was good. Was good. Was good, everybody. Welcome to Beats, Rhymes, and Life. Tipsy Han, what's good? If y'all want dope ass kicks, y'all need to go look for Tipsy Han. Tipsy Han Kicks, I think. He's on Instagram. Bro, I was checking out some of your stuff. It's pretty dope. We're waiting for Mr. Kabali, aka Mr. Wicked, uh, Roshan Jamrock. Murin, what's good, brother? Murin, you better do all the concerts next year, and you better put me and Roshan on. I'm telling you, bro, when the things are better, when the concerts all start, Murin, you better, bro. I'm telling you, you better give me a call later. I hope everybody's feeling good. Um, it's a great Sunday. Um, this is episode 7 of Beats, Rhymes, and Life IGTV series, where I'm talking to friends from the music industry, people of business, all kind of people. So it's just a interview session, a talk session where we can learn from each other. Um, I always believe that no matter how big a person is or how small a person is, you can always learn something from the person. And I've been learning a lot. I've had 6 beautiful guests already. I had Roshan last Sunday. We had a great chat. But the problem is, IG had a glitch on Sunday night, so we couldn't post anything up. So the whole chat, whoever that watched it, uh, got to hear from Roshan, and whoever that didn't, I'm so sorry. A lot of people DM me about it, but I couldn't post it. I tried. I kept trying. Sir, please do an interview, Hervin, bro. That's uh, that's on the list. I have a friend who's trying to get me to speak to him, but I don't think it's happening anytime soon. I think it will happen when he decides to when he decides to come back and speak to everybody. So if you know Hervin, please let Hervin know that I would love to speak to him. And we have the next 2 weeks, Wednesday, Friday, Sundays, fully booked. Um, I inform through my stories a day before we speak to them. So let's hope that I will keep bringing your content where you can hear from people on a dope manner. So we are actually waiting for Roshan Jamrock. And if Roshan is here, let me just call Roshan. Roshan. I've invited Roshan already. Let's see Roshan. Vanakkam RMP Productions. I'm looking forward to your freestyles that you guys are planning to drop soon. Roshan Jamrock, Mr. Kabali. Um, I think I met Roshan 2004. Yeah, 2004. That's when I met Roshan for the first time. Pretty awesome character. Very, very blessed to have him as a friend, uh, a peer in the industry. I've learned a lot from him, and we've done a lot of shows together. Yeah, man, he's been there. He and his Kajang boys have always been there for me. Why isn't Roshan available? Roshan Anne, where are you? Tambinara, what up?
What up?
I had a feeling that you're gonna be wearing the cap though.
For sure. I actually didn't wanna take it out of the box, but it's too beautiful not to try lah.
What do you think?
I love it
I think caps should be
because
worn.
amazing job as always lah. But I
Okay.
gotta say, for me especially because I got dreads, and I think a lot of these snapbacks are free size, so you can adjust. But I noticed there are few snapbacks which I've gotten in the past that can't fit my head, very tight, and this is
Yeah.
perfect. So yeah, I think the size is beautiful, and I usually I gotta go till that last clip, but this one I can still put two only
Right,
because of
right,
my dread. So damn
right.
beautiful. I have to say the make is lovely, style, everything is tip top, guys. And I even left the tag on it
Yeah,
because
I just
I
I
know
was just
one day
gonna,
this thing is gonna be worth a lot.
yeah,
So
I
I'm
was just
gonna
gonna
keep
say
it.
you didn't take out the tag.
Ah, I'm gonna put it back in the box after this interview. I'm gonna keep this because this is a piece of history right here.
Thank you, my man. Like you've always been a well wisher, lah. Thank you for that, wisher.
Hey, anytime, Lana.
How's your
But
Sunday?
Sunday is lovely. Just chilling out with the family
Right.
and nothing much lah.
Are you excited to see the football game later?
To be honest, I haven't been watching lah. Is this where Cristiano is gonna make his appearance again?
I don't think so because if I'm not wrong, medical will be going on. I don't think today they're not playing at home; they're playing away. I think so.
I'm out of.
I don't think he'll make an appearance today. I don't think he will walk out of in Wolves Stadium. So I think he's next week lah, Trafford.
But I am out of touch already. MU fan, but I haven't watched in a very long time any game.
I remember that, like, very back in the days, we used to speak about football. I think when we were much more younger, we were more so into it. Like, football
The
was part and
passion
parcel.
was there lah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I enjoy the trolls. Like, I have a lot of friends that I grew up with.
Mm-mm.
That, like how you and I love music, they love
Mm?
football. Lah. They live and die for football. And some of them Liverpool fans, die hard. Some of them MU die hard. Got Manchester City, got Arsenal. So it's just fun seeing the boys trolling each other. Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's mad. It's insane to see how we troll each other. I think 2 years ago, I have a friend called Angel Roshan. So he's a big
Mm.
Liverpool fan. So we'll troll each other after every game. Like Alsopher is a Liverpool fan, right? So
Yeah.
every time Liverpool loses, I'm the first one to message him. I'm like, your team played like shit. When
But
MU loses, he
he'll
will message.
message you lah. But
It's just,
MU and Liverpool has always,
yeah.
had
I,
that thing going on
I
since
said one
forever.
I said one thing last year and got me into a lot of trouble. It was very, very reckless of me to say it, but it did piss some people off. Man,
Why?
It took COVID for Liverpool to win.
I think, yeah, I remember you saying that.
Oh, bro, like the heat came from everybody. We're talking about our OGs who are diehard Liverpool fans.
Cow,
Uh,
cow.
some people didn't come up to me lah. Some people put on their Facebook and their Instagram status, like all these young punks talking about football.
Indirect jabs lah.
Indirect jabs lah. But I respect all my OGs or boys who came up to me. Nah, that was a low blow. I'm like,
Mm-mm.
yeah, it was. I think I shouldn't have said that. I take it back lah. You guys deserve it. Because my dad was a Liverpool fan. My late dad was a Liverpool fan.
Ah, nice.
But he was the one that told me to watch Eric Cantona.
Oh, the reason why we fall in love with Manchester United lah.
Because my dad, from that era, they used to see Liverpool like that time. Where got Astro. I think the first
Yeah.
time I watched ESPN was a thing called Mega TV. It was 97 or 98. That was the first time we had cable TV in our country. My father
Yeah.
got it just for ESPN because he wanted to watch football.
Yeah.
Before that, all it was magazines and newspaper and
Mm.
stuff. So my dad told me like, "Hey, you should watch this fella. The fella likes to wear his collar up." 'Cause I used to have my
The
collar
kid.
up all the time, and that was because all the Selangor players, football players, like Sanbagamaran, Azman Adnan, all these people used to have their collars up.
Yeah.
So that was why I fell in love with MU, and I fell in love with MU at its, I think, the peak lah. It was a team full of crack fellas, like
I think that's another reason why I stopped watching, because all the ones we used to idolize left or stopped. So the Gian wasn't there already.
I always had family and friends, so it was always a thing, and I felt lucky because I got to see people like David Beckham becoming one of the
Oh
best
yeah.
in the world. Then we saw a young guy just coming and becoming the best player in the world, and he's coming back home today. Then a player that was very underrated but always was a playmaker today becomes the man that manages the team.
Yeah.
They say like, you should be very lucky if you watch a football team go from glory to something else. And I think as an
Correct.
MU fan, I was very lucky to see that. I was alive to see that. But no disrespect to Liverpool fans, you guys are doing a fantastic job. You guys waited for 30 years and you
Respect.
got it last year. And I really hope with EPL, you guys will do a fantastic job. Your team is strong, like you guys got some havoc players also. Yesterday I saw the Chelsea game, and I can say some cheap, shots tonight as well, but I don't want to, but let's leave football to football. So guys, we had the same chat last week, and
Yes, we did.
we were just gonna run through some questions of last week, and also a few questions that I thought I could still ask Roshan. So I'm just gonna very very briefly tell you guys. I met Roshan when I went for the audition of Blast Off in 2004, end of 2004. I joined this competition called Blast Off, where K-Town Clan became the champion that year. They were the first champion that year. The following year was another Kajang bunch. Thank God the third year wasn't a Kajang player as well. I think
Hey, third year was Kajang lah.
Who,
Ghetto Republic.
Oh,
I think. Yeah. I think they won. Yeah, they definitely won. Yeah.
Isn't Ghetto
It
Republic
was
of Johor Bahru?
no Kajang boys. All our school. Home boys.
Damn, bro, like Blast Off ended with whole thing the third year, right? After third year, no more already, right?
No more.
So all 3
I
years,
think
locals was Kajang.
yeah. As in the rap or the vocal category lah.
Right. So that's where I met Roshan, and me and Roshan have gone through ups and downs. We've seen our lives evolve musically as a person, as a human, as a member of the society. So yeah, like how did I know it? Like whoever is watching today, how did you start, bro? Like I know you're from a musical family, but tell us like how this whole dream of becoming a rapper or all that stuff happened.
Just like I said that day, to make it short, my cousins were studying in States. They brought back a lot of CDs, and when it came to rap, that is when I fell in love with rap. It was mostly that hard 808 stuff, 69 Boys, Two Live Crew, and all these type of guys like that. That bass thumping kind of music is what I fell in love with first, and then it progressed from there. But musically, I've always loved music because of my parents, and they introduced me to the widest spectrum of music that one could imagine, from all sorts lah. Whatever genre, I was exposed to it at a very early age. So I have them to thank. And so yeah, that was rap. I mean music, then rap. Then what? Of course, we fell in love with that. And what made us think like this is what we want to do? It was me and Vidya would go to the playground every night. That's why our first album's name was Playground. And we would chill, have shandy and peanuts. And Vidya will take out one batang, smoking is bad, guys. He'll take out one batang, we'll share. And then he'll be like, one day, because those days there was this show called MTV Jams. and we used to just watch that thing like, oh my goodness, this is the bomb. It's just, now you guys can watch anything and everything you like, but this one we gotta wait for this program to come on, and they would play all the rap videos of that time. So just watching all that, we fell in love. Then night we would chill in the playground and just say one day we're gonna become rappers, one day we're gonna do this, and as time went by, here we are doing our thing and doing what we love. And what else interesting stuff about this musical journey? Um, I guess, and also we used to perform in school a lot, just school performances. And from there, we got to know of Ganesh skills and talent. He used to b-boy, if you can believe it or not.
What?
So Big Bo used to be a b-boy, and he used to perform dancing and all that in school. And then when we stay back after school for all these coco activities and stuff, we would jam in the classroom. I'll be playing the guitar, he'll be beatboxing. So from school already we had this wonderful dynamic lah. Then we joined Blast Off, and ever since then we now stop.
It's crazy. You said something that hit me hard. Parents were always out. Sister Alistair was in college. My second sister is a nerd. Manitaka is a nerd. Like school finished, straight go to another tuition. That tuition finished, another tuition. Sometimes Mondays, Wednesdays.
Weren't all sisters like that? I can recall
my elder sister was a bit rebel, a bit rebel. My second sister was totally different. So by the time she come back, it's already dinner time, and I am like, I finish school, I come back, throw my bag, food's ready, makan, whole big house for yourself, doing nothing. So MTV Jams was my best friend, bro. Like,
damn shocked.
I used to tape MTV Jams videos. Right. So until like the next week, I wait, right? Like that tape will be playing every day. I'll be watching Method Man, I'll be watching Wu-Tang Clan, I'll be watching
everything.
Like they curated MTV Jams so well, there wasn't any whack stuff. It was
definitely
everything.
And Casey was hosting it, right? This Filipino American dude.
Casey, Mike Kasim.
Yeah, it was check up lah.
Yeah, like there was a DJ from Singapore and this guy on the show. That's when I first time got turntables. I was like, wow, what is this? And MTV Jams. If I ever meet Mike Kasim, I will tell him. Like, I don't know if I ever would.
Thank you, right? Like, thank you,
my man. You curated a show in MTV that changed all our lives. Then there was another program, Channel V.
You think he'll be in his 40s now, maybe?
Late 40s.
Late 40s, yeah.
Late 40s, early 50s.
But he was a cool dude lah, huh?
Yeah.
Like,
look like an Look like
correct.
So MTV Jams played not only, now that I know, hearing from you, MTV also played a part in your life. Like it's these are the little things that the late 90s babies had that opened up our spectrum to hip hop culture, especially. Like the way Mike Kasim used to wear clothes, you're like, damn, bro,
style,
right?
Even the fashion also, I miss all that stuff, no? I think lah how it was, the NFL jerseys and those huge it's like silky stuff with Dragon or the Punisher. It's like huge silky shirts, Chinese writing. LMF used to rock that kind of stuff. Oh yo.
I think Moes from Players was telling me like he went to his mom's house or something like that, and all his old collection is still there. And I said, if you sell it, you're going to be very rich, right? He said, whatever budget that he has in his house, his mom's house, or his old factory, right? He had like about 600 of them, like properly kept.
Oh, damn, crazy lah.
I said, dude, you might just make about 100 to 200 Gs if you actually take your time to
probably
sell it.
On eBay and stuff, right?
People really want. Like I sold a Kubu jersey on Carousel and I made 300 ringgit.
Damn, I was just about to ask you, what is that speaking about those days fashion, which to be very honest with you, I still have a few, and I will still wear for shows today because it's evergreen.
Yeah, true enough.
But what is that one piece of uh, baju or whatever accessory, anything at that time, and even till today, you feel like, ah, yeah, I wish I had that. Is there anything? But I know probably there are a lot, but if you could choose one, I'll tell you mine, but you tell me yours first.
Fubu, bro. My Fubu jersey
Okay,
collection. Like there was
Fubu,
this one edition that had Queens 05.
Ah, you know what? I keep thinking, and I still go to eBay to find it. There's one, what, Dirty South, or South
Yeah,
side.
yeah, yeah, that's the
That
one.
is,
That's the one.
and then the Queens one as well. Oh,
So
yo,
they
damn
did like
chantik.
I think they did like 5 places. That jersey collection was 5, and it was 5 different colors. And I had all 5. And over the years, moving house, don't care about it. Mother gives away to younger cousin,
Friend
neighbors,
borrows.
friends come to your house, wear to
Just
bangsa,
that it doesn't come back, right?
and they don't know the value of it. And so yeah, those are the things that I really value. Like I really wish I kept properly. But what's yours? What's yours? That dirty South
Mine was
jersey.
the Fubu lah. That one, and I also gave a friend. I don't know if he's watching, because I gave, but this one I gave him lah because it was huge, and of course those days the fashion was huge lah. Like I used to have the Sean John sweatpants, and when I say sweatpants, it's not like how sweatpants are now. It's
It's
like
thick.
thick, and you gotta carry, and there is a reason why those days rappers are holding their, it looks like they're holding their balls up, but they're just trying to hold their pants up lah.
Because it's heavy.
So yeah, and I at that time, fashion changed and stuff, so I said, nah, I think you have this, because he's a big dude, so I gave it to him. But now when I'm like, I'm thinking, alamak, why I went and gave him, sorry if you're watching. I was thinking, "Yeah, I should have kept it, because right now I want to wear all those things again, no?"
Yeah, it's coming back in fashion in a way because I saw some new rappers. I think some new guy that did a song with Roddy Rich, and Balan presented me with a jersey for one of the
Big
shows. I'm not
star.
sure Vic and keep it, and I don't even remember, but please take a picture and show me. I would love to know
Vic,
what jersey.
Vic is now thinking, this fellow is talking about me.
I can't remember. Like, I really can't remember until you brought it up, man. I saw some Roddy Rich was doing some song with some young rapper, and the fella head to toe, the fella had Fubu. I was like, yo.
Oh.
And then I actually went to eBay to check Fubu out, and it's not cheap. Fubus are going up to like about $150 to about $500, depending on what series.
Standard lah.
So yeah, like those are the things I really wish I kept. Like I know one guy in the scene, the hip hop scene, besides Muiz from Players, because he was selling clothes, so maybe he knew the value of it. But 2 guys that I know had like Pele Pele, Fubu, all this, and he jaga his clothes like crazy, bro. Like
Next level,
he'll pinjam you, and if he has an extra, he'll be like, B, you keep it. But if he doesn't have an extra, he'll tell you to wash it and send it back to his house. Because I was working for him, so I pretty much have seen the wardrobe. One is Joe
Nice.
Flizzo. He has a wardrobe to die for. Number 2,
Still keeping,
I know he still keeps all his old stuff. Number 2, I've never seen his wardrobe collection, but I've heard he got mad stuff, and he got brands like Pele Pele and all, Yogi B, and he got some mad.
I can imagine. And like for me, Joe, Yogi, of course, it's a given that they would definitely have all these things. But you know what, like, surprises me is a lot of like people on Facebook who I see, just doing that thing, not rappers, but these fellas collection all mad lah. That means they were so hardcore hip hop that they keep, and some of them they hang and they take picture. I'm like, alamak, damn nice lah. Sayang, I had that. I shouldn't have given that away.
Right. There's a man watching this right now. I think he's on. His name is Bob lah. Let's just put it that way. I'm not going to say his real name. there was a Jordan 4 Eminem release. There was maybe only 1,000 in the world. In Malaysia, I don't know how many people got it. But there is an Indian guy in this country. Big shout out to all the sneaker boys who think you got your game right. But
Let me guess who this is.
There are some Indian dudes that
Is it SG?
No. This Anne is
not
like
Vic?
my clan Anne, who's not a rapper or anything. Normal guy.
Anil.
His name is Bob. His name is.
I'm
not going to say his real name. He has a shoe collection. I think would be about 250,000.
Bob as in Volkswagen Bob?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Not Bob Suresh?
No. This
Okay, stop it, Roshan. Stop it.
This Anne, like I will send you his account later. He has that Jordan 4 that Eminem only did like 1,000 pieces. I don't know how he got it. That shoe is going for about $40,000.
Nice.
He has
Crazy
he has those kind of shoes, but never one place he brag, bro. You go see his Facebook, normal Anne going to gym, relax and everything. So there are a lot of people in Malaysia that have
definitely
crazy hobby collections that they don't even post it out. Not because they're scared they're gonna get robbed or whatever, but they just feel
they don't see a need to lah. It's for me and me alone.
It's not the validation. It's just that I am happy. Like
Abang Ben is here as well. Big Ben.
Yeah, Big Ben, yeah, bro. He has the Eminem Jordan 4, bro. So yeah,
Big Ben's style also was crazy back in the day. Now as well, but those days he was all out.
I was just telling Ash.
Balan, can I say something? Since I think Ash is here, Ben is here. So earlier I was telling you about my musical journey and stuff, right? Also in the mix of all that hardcore crunk stuff, and then I missed out falling in love with Cypress Hill and all that Miami bass 808 stuff. Then later on, after we won Blast Off and stuff like that, to be honest with you, I wasn't so into the deep stuff or the lyrical stuff. It is these JB squad, these JB guys that were the ones who like, hey, especially SG and Ben, they were like, why don't you try and listen to this? Why don't, because at the time our style was so different that we were just this party crew lah. But also sometimes when I watch in this whole hip-hop circuit, people who could freestyle, and I used to envy things like that, like damn checkup, I wish I could do that, but no, we were more, our style was just different lah. But they exposed me to that kind of music, and they were like, listen to Chino XL, Cannibus, and then Nas and all these type of fellas, Immortal Technique. So these JB guys were the ones who showed me all this stuff. And when I heard, I was like, oh my goodness, this next level shit lah. It's like you gotta listen, you gotta analyze the lyrics. And I appreciated that because all these small things along the way is, I guess, fragments of what make us who we are today. We'll have a bit of this, a bit of that. If we want to go this way, we can go this way. If we want to be lyrical, we can be lyrical. And if we want to party, we do whatever we like. So this was also a part of my journey lah, that not many people know.
There was this thing called basement.com in like early 2001, 2002. So there was
I was part of that as well.
And that's where I met SG, Big Ben, all these JB guys, Plateau, all these boys. Their whole crew came with a lyrical, it's like playing against a basketball team that everybody in the team could rhyme. Everybody in the team could flow. Everybody in the team knew hip hop, and they showed love. There were times like I'm an Indian boy. I'm from Klang. They're from JB and everything. But SG was the first to break the ice. Like I went to MMU to perform with Chakra Sonic. Vivek and Jack brought me to perform with them. Ash called me. He's like, yo, you gotta come through to my house. Me and DJ Mel went to his house. Bro, to a point, this guy is so dope that I was wearing some kaput t-shirt to go and perform. He's like, no, you're not wearing that, bro. He gave me an original fuck you, I rhyme better t-shirt. And I wore that for the show. And after the show, I went back to their house and partied some more. And like how you said, these little fractions that makes who you are, right? At the same time, it humbled me. At the same time, it made me fall in love with hip hop so much because it's because of hip hop, because of Malaysian hip hop, these friendships were made. I
Definitely.
met these people, you know, like, and even after that, I went to Batu Pahat for a gig with KLG. Ash, JB boys all came and showed love. Like all of them came through
Nice.
to a room. Ash and Arif was like kapit because like Arif, you know lah, lyrical.
I can imagine already.
Yeah, Ash, one more lyrical genius.
Yeah.
So both sitting there and like talking, bro, have you heard this album? Have you heard this album?
Nice.
And these, and I remember you, I think one of your first solo record was with Agni Putra.
Yeah.
Right. Like
It was Agni Putra featuring me lah. So that is, I think, yeah, that was one thing which I did on the side.
right. That
Never
was
did do that before, I think. Yeah, you're right.
and the whole crew, everybody, memang stylish. And you must see Dave JBC back in the days, bro.
Yeah.
Dave used to dress up so well, it makes the rappers on stage look bad. Because he will be very head to toe, like outshining every brown boy in the building. Like if you saw something in a Sauce magazine like 2 months ago, and
Yeah, probably he would be there lah.
he would be probably wearing that same thing like Fabulous wore in a video clip or something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, the JB boys had a big say that time among the brown boys. Like I still remember.
And I also think apart from all of this, they were also very welcoming. Yes, they knew their stuff. They were very hip hop, but you know, some people are too hip hop, like that. It already is like there's some competition, or you know, you cannot vibe with already, or they talking to you so like already over hip hop, like as if some people are from out of Malaysia. But these guys knew their stuff, knew their music, you know, could bust if they wanted to, but talk normal, act normal, drink normal, welcome you. And they make you basically feel at home. Not like, hey, certain the different groups that you also like, okay lah, we chill today, then after this, I don't think I'm going to lepa already. You know what I mean?
No,
but these guys, you know, today.
I remember coming to Platinum Studio back in the days, and used to see a lot of groups come in and go because sometimes sessions will finish at 8, then 8 o'clock another group is coming. Choi and Angie had to have a hard time to put the right people to come. Or sometimes they'll be like, okay, I finished the session at 7:30, y'all please fuck off because another group is coming and that group cannot get along with this group and this group cannot get along with that group and all that stuff. I remember Squad and K-Town always had sessions together.
We would bump into each other again.
You all finish, we will start, or we will, you know, it's vice versa. And always our sessions, if you're done already, if you have chowed, we know it's a K-Town session because the amount, you know what I'm talking about, right? Like we know K-Town just came to the studio and left because you just see like 3 bottles polished or a whole.
We were trapping. We were trapping way before trapping was made.
Right. Like, you know, people don't. I don't know that. Like we never recorded all this and stuff like that. But if we had Insta stories and all back in the days, then they would have seen how we were actually trapping. Nah. In a way, we were trapping because we were drinking, partying, and having sessions. Like today, boys are very proper.
KLG session, it was something else lah.
Yeah, like KLG session was something else. K-Town session was something else. Like whoever that came to Platinum, all the sessions we knew what. Okay, it's either the smokes,
think
the drinks,
only thing we got to be alarmed if we see needles and all in the studio.
You know,
don't turn.
I've come across that. Like I went for one session.
Yes.
Some rock group came and left. So
damn.
I went in, I saw that like Navin all parking their car. So I went to Angie, please follow me. Like then Angie is like, yeah, these guys are like, because that time there are some musicians you cannot talk to them. Like they were very, very egoistic to studio people. They were very like I do my thing.
Artist lah.
Yeah, the artist thing lah. So these were guys who are in labels and big OG superstars. And we all were upcoming that time. And whoever that got to perform in Platinum, y'all are a different breed lah. I would say that lah, because you either worked with Choi, or you worked with Ika, or you worked with V, you worked with Navin, these people. So you would have gotten straightened, like if you had some ego, you would have gotten it straightened by Choi, like, because I've seen Choi straightening out a lot of people in platinum. Like
Yes,
Choi might be very quiet, but you're all over the place. Choi will just press the button. It's like he'll straighten you out, lah, but in a very calm,
nice.
composed way. But you will feel it, lah, And
I
then
never seen Choi in that element before.
it was never angry Choi. It was that very stern Choi.
Nice.
Yeah, like I've
Choi
never
is like,
like only like in 2007, 2008, I realized Choi allowed people to bring their drinks inside the booth. Before that, cannot.
oh yeah.
You cannot
And
bring.
now you say all this, I'm even more thankful that he was, he let us do what we wanted, lah.
Yeah, he did. He allowed the young boys to dream big. You get in your element, record, and that was, it was a great time for us, you and me, and a lot of our peers, because we had people like JBC. We had crews that was very welcoming, among the brown boys, and then this was before Yogi B and etc. This was before the whole
Way before.
Yeah, this was that time where everybody was trying to outdo each other lyrically and seeing who's the brown boy that has the best punchline, the best bar, the best flows. And then I think it was Yogi Bean Extra, then Five Elements. In Five Elements, you can see all the brown Indian boys who still rapping English, like Rough, Tagmatic. A lot of people were on that CD.
Yeah.
Like, and then slowly you can see like a lot of people doing Tamil hip hop. Okay, so how was your first album process? Like, you finished Blast Off, you all went to London, you all came back, then you were put in a studio, and there was a pressure, I bet, at that time, being a young guy.
We were supposed to, so winning this whole competition, we were supposed to be signed by Astro's label at the time, but we honestly didn't want to get signed to the label for two reasons, because all of us were still studying and we took a break from college to join Blast Off and stuff. And the other reason was, when we went on tours with this label, we found that the demographic just wasn't our. So can you imagine, we go to these malls and all that, because obviously they are big labels, so they send you to malls and the malls will be packed, but you're not performing in like Mid Valley and One Utama and stuff. You're performing in like a lot of malls in the outskirts and stuff like that, so semi outskirts. And we just felt that it wouldn't be a wise choice to sign with this label, because they would push us in a direction that we wouldn't want to go. And you know how we are basically the total opposite of the perfect image artist. We didn't care what we did what we love, our music we did in our way. So we saw a few red flags along the way, and God bless, I guess it was signs also, because at the end of the day, to the young kids out there, so if signing is one thing, but I think Balan, even we know we've signed things which we regret signing. It was hype at the time, it's hype all for the gram, but the outcome it's not what it's made out to be lah. Of course, everybody's jalan is different. If you get the chance, do it. It might work out for you, but it didn't really work out for us. And yeah, we were supposed to sign, we didn't sign, and we did it on our own, which is why it took so long to finish the album. Along the way, we did sign to another label. How do I say? Private label, not any of the majors. And that also took a very long time. But we are grateful, because in that label, the person who owned the label, he was a businessman. So he taught us a lot about business as well. And it just, maybe things didn't really work out. And I'm grateful, because when we wanted out, he said no problem. Like on the spot. Because usually to get out of your contract is going to be a big headache. But this guy was like, cool, it's okay if you don't want to do this anymore, fine. So we left, and that's why the first album took so long to come out. It was a lot of finding ourselves, a lot of change in sound, and just learning lah along the way. So that was the process. And you know, at the end when we dropped it, we were, I think you know the feeling lah when you drop your first ever album, like damn, you know, you feel because it's something not a lot of people do, and especially these days as well, nobody's doing albums already, or they release single, then drop the album. But before it was a different game, and then selling the albums. So yeah, that was the whole experience, and it was fun lah. And to date, I think after that, under our camp, I think what we got five albums already. Yeah. So
Right.
and all produced by me, so it feels good.
5 albums, huh? Like damn, bro. Like the first one was Playground.
Playground, Killer Monsters, Take Over, uh, my album Rocksteady, Crunk Cowboys and the Moonshine Music.
Yeah, I was thinking like,
Ketan.
oh,
So five.
I didn't count the Gila Monsters and the last album. So I was thinking, wow, 5 albums a year. But Gila
Yeah.
Monsters, I think I said it in the last week's session as well. Gila Monsters, I can remember it because Maria just came out. You guys put it out. Hello Bali was where the launch was at. It was filled with Kajang boys. I came in, I couldn't drink because it was Thaipusam. I was fasting. I just came, pop, I performed and I left. Then after Thaipusam, I was bumping the album, and Let's Get Married until today is still my favorite jam. Yeah, Riders and everything was a dope record, but Let's Get Married, the beat, the arrangement, and there was one more song. I think it was track number 7. Girls all over me, girls all over me. It was
Drop Dead Gorgeous. I love that song as well. I don't know why it didn't gain any traction, you know.
I used to love that song. I used to play that song so much, but some people that was around me didn't like me singing that song lah, because it felt like
I don't know, but there's something.
Yeah. So I remember these 2 records was like, wow, you know, it was on radio. I remember that time Kids was the only place we get to hear local English stuff.
I think it was only Riders and Let's Get Married. Nothing else
like,
made it to radio. Yeah.
I don't know whether Express was still around, but these were the records that you know you hear on radio and you're like, yes, you know, a dope record makes it to the radio. So how was Fame after Blast Off? How was Fame? Because I remember you came, boom, Your Straight won, boom, it was London, boom, it was shows all around the country. Then every, like, you know, the time events was, yeah, around, but K-Town was performing at all the corporate jobs. K-Town wasn't
KLCC, so Petronas and all this type of stuff, yeah.
They were not performing so much at like the underground circuit, but they were performing at all the corporate shows and everything. Did Fame change you guys a bit, like that period of time?
I know, Balan. That one you got to tell us.
I think he didn't. You know why?
I also don't think so.
You know why? Because I remember I came to Malacca with Gopi and all these boys. It was the Hits FM party, and you guys performed and tore the whole show down lah. Then you all came, and Ganesh was with his MMU camp because it was that day was Ganesh's day lah.
Home ground. I
was Malacca. Then Vidya being Vidya lah, very quiet, very humble to himself, not disturbing anyone, just having his drink. And you were like being stormed by people and everything. But you know, being the humble guy you were taking your time. Then he's like, excuse me guys. Then you came to me, Naveen and all the boys. And you chilled with us. And the doctors that I came with, who had a perception that you're full of superstar lah and everything, all the girls all around, they all, by the time we were back in Gopita's, they're like, dude, that fellow is humble, huh? I said, Pamala, you know. Then we were like, me and Naveen were like, yeah, this film from Blast Off never changed. Like, it. The reason I'm asking this question is, we being grown up today, we see it today, like some people, one record or maybe 6 months fame hits them so hard. And today everything's monitored by numbers, like Instagram numbers, views and everything. you can see that change in them. Like how do these people, is it the fame, or do you think they are just doing it because they need to be seen important?
To be very honest with you, I don't know, La Balan, why. But I know that, everybody's different. There will be some who let it get to their head, some who just, we're just thankful and grateful to do what we love and still be normal. Just, we're just guys who make music. Coincidentally, the music is good, so it goes a bit far. But we just chill, lah, be normal, and you don't got to change for no one and act a certain way. I also get it because I've seen artists from labels, they don't want to be that way, but they are told, there's maybe a certain amount of time you spend with your fans, and straight come to the room. You can do this, cannot do this, you can show this, you cannot show this. So it's fine. At the end of the day, they're bound by contract. So they gotta do what they gotta do. So maybe they haven't changed. It's just they are molded into such a person that comes off as he's changed, but he's just following orders, or he or she are just following orders. But also, you're right, there are independent people who a record or two meletop and then act like they are, I can't speak for them, I can speak for myself. Like, I grew up, watching, we grew up watching Michael Jackson. Let's not get into the rap side of things, because I would say you can say Kanye or whatever and all this, but at the end of the day, the rate music comes and all this, I feel names like Elvis, Beatles, Bob Marley, Michael Jackson, it's hard to match to that level because these fellas long gone and people still learning their songs, still listening. It's like that's a whole, and then or Queen, like here concerts, okay lah, 5,000 people, 10,000 people, gampa. But I'm looking up to people who can pack the stadium of 100,000 people, 70,000 people buying tickets, people, not free concert, not sponsored by government, and everybody's paid, here's 3K, 5K, never mind, that stuff. But fellas who pay $100, dollars, to pack a stadium, they are the only people that perform, no headline, no nothing. They come, they sell the tickets, they sell out the stadium. And I'm looking at people like this, and I look at people who become pulti, and I'm like, give me a break, lah, come on. You can never touch those fellas, please. So that, I think, is why it keeps me humble. I'm like, these are people who I look up to, and you are like, okay lah, I respect you, but compared to those guys, cockroach lah. So chill out.
I think somebody told me that a long time ago. The moment you humble yourself, and the moment life humbles you, you will see it differently lah. But I totally agree on what you say. Everybody got their own journey, and everybody got
their own time to learn,
like
and all these things.
How to speak to people, how to, approach a certain situations and stuff like that. So when I see that, and I try to install, I stopped doing that. Like try to install that in certain people, and it just doesn't work. Then I gave up. Like I think 2017, I was like, fuck this, some fuckers will never change. Like, they have to go through it to know it. I think, like when you said like all these big acts, right? I think the biggest act I've seen besides Kanye in Malaysia was Metallica in Singapore.
Next level.
Late Gerard brought us to the show, me, Naveen, everybody. It was 2013. I was just drowning in some sadness and everything. He said, "Fucker, come, we're going to Singapore. I'm taking you to Metallica." Oh, I saw the concert. I'm a rap guy. I heard Black Album and everything, but I only know like 3 or 4 songs. And here I have Gerard and Naveen who are like singing along, and they know the records, they know the riffs and everything. And I saw how people were there, bro. Like my friend Thomas Koshi was there and everything. that concert really changed my perception about how big these acts are, how you gotta humble yourself, because you haven't even passed performing in front of 1,000 people under your goddamn name. Like maybe you had to perform for 1,000 people, but
Yeah,
then
yeah.
maybe
For
five
like
names
10
there.
other, 20 other artists,
Or you're opening for some big act who all came to see the big
Mm,
act.
but
You.
they came for the K-pop guys. We're just here to fill up the first
Yeah,
20 minutes.
so shit humbled me, dude. Like Metallica and Kanye West. I think Kanye West, Malaysia, I saw how the
I think
perform.
you were Joe and all perform size and all, right? Were
That
you on
time,
stage as well?
that time we were cartel. So me and Sai Zane,
Yes.
so
I was in the crowd. Crazy stuff.
Sai Zane walks in to perform dancing. Then KLG comes out to do Amplify. Then Flowtron comes out. Then we all do Showtime. The time there was the Cartel's anthem. Then Joe comes out. Then after that, Too Fat took over. Malik. That was Malik's last show. That was Too Fat's last show. They
Yeah,
did
bro.
3 or 4 Too Fat songs. Then boom, it was Kanye West. And I remember Sai Zanel losing his mind, and me losing my mind when we saw Diamonds is Forever. The opening
Phew.
itself was, yeah, you were there. The opening alone puts you like, you sure you want to do this? Like really? Are you really up for this? And like, look at this guy. He's like maybe 6, 7 years older to you, and look at the shit that he's doing, and look at you. So
Next level shit. And not only that, the sonics, the impact of the mixing and mastering also is next level. lah. JJ asked a question, by the way.
yeah, I was just reading that. Like,
Abang JJ,
you want to
can I
answer
ask you
that?
guys? Wait, let me just read it. When and how did you get comfortable in your own skin where you did not let outside noise influence you? You want to go first or?
Go ahead. Answer first.
Very nice question, JJ. Guys, follow JJ, legend as well. A lot of legends in the house, by the way.
True.
Very nice question. Why? Because I think I can speak on behalf of Balan and myself. We were not always this way, and it took some time to probably be the way we are and think the way we are. Of course, why I say this is there was a point a lot of outside noise would affect our lives line, just affect our mood, affect just basically everything lah, of how we think, our happiness and stuff. For me, okay, I know when was the turning point lah. So, and it was quite some time ago as well. So God bless, I've had some time, to think this way. It was a long time ago where I don't know if I mentioned this during the last interview. Ketan was getting a lot of shit. That is why I appreciate the JB guys, because Ketan was getting a lot of shit from the hip hop scene because we were not lyrical. We were basically in their books not hip hop lah. Which, if today you ask me, I will say yeah lah. It's okay. It's fine. We crunk, we trap, whatever you want to call it. That was us. But that time we was young and we wanted so hard to belong, to be accepted. The whole, crown grand champions, performing at great shows, but still there was this feeling like, why these fellas don't accept us? Why am I not? They look at me as not lyrical, but we were trying lah. We were like, even in give them the come get some, but we were saying more straightforward stuff also, because I think our hardcore influences were like DMX and stuff, less of the metaphor guys, so it was more in your face type of stuff. But the catch was we were saying stuff which was real. Okay, so this word real, I didn't realize it then. We were just being real and being true to our music, whatever we penned down. The difference is a lot of people who were, not all, but a lot of people, and I'll get to this shortly, a lot of people who were writing this deep lyrical stuff, yes, their words were tip-top, their metaphors were tip-top, but was it them? No, it was just a cool line to say. It was just, ooh, damn, punchline. But was it who they were? Because I believe Immortal Technique and all these type of fellas, when they say this type of stuff, they actually mean it or lived it or will do it. These guys are writing stuff dasha to the core, but they're not that. They're like, eh. So, okay, I will not name names. So when I realized this was somebody dropped, I won't go into details, diss track for K-Town and all that. So we being like, hey, we never say anything about you. So we took it to the floor lah. We took it to the streets. Cut long story short, when we came to the streets, this guy was a no-show. And he was threatening to call the cops and all these type of things. And my friends who got nothing to do with rap who are there is like, give me a break lah. What is all this hip hop stuff? They're like, where's the flair? I'm like, Kayla, man. That is the day I realized you don't go to please these fellas already because they're saying shit which they are not. And you've always been saying shit which you were. If you scan back later, I've stopped a lot of stuff now, obviously. But back then, if it was that, it was that. So yeah, that was a turning point where there was a lesson because I went out on my way to Turun Padang, and to see the no-show, I was like, ayo, I was played lah, catfish, cow. I thought it's going to be some hip-hop thing going on lah in the streets, but didn't happen, and I was like, ayo, wasted my time, wasted my friends' time. So that was the turning point where it started. Of course, it wasn't the ultimate turning point, but that was one key situation which made me think, hey, stop pleasing all these fellas, stop trying to go out of your way to please these dudes and just do your thing. So this was amongst one of many other things that happened along the way which made me care less about what people say, because it's just noise, like JJ said at the end of the day. When was yours, Balan?
I had a good rise, like maybe not in relationships, maybe not in good business decisions, but I was very lucky. I made music, I had shows, take care of family, I could bring them out of the issues. But I think it was 2017, I lost a close friend, and in that span of 6 to 8 months, I learned loyalty, I learned friendship, I learned how you can feel betrayed, a lot of things in one go, right? And then I took a step back, I came back to Klang, and I had to shut down I had to shut away from everything. And I think it was Navin, Navigator, has always been there for me. So he had a long chat with me. He was like, yo, what, dude? Like, so what if people say this? What if people say that? So what?
What were people saying at the time?
That time, I think there was a lot of bills under my name, a lot of debts,
Okay.
a lot of bills, a lot of financial constraints. So if it all bottles up and come at the same time, you are going to crack,
Yeah, I get it.
I cracked. Then there was like tweets, there was like Insta stories, all this stuff that not kids do, but people do to just tarnish your name kind of stuff.
Okay, I think I'm catching your.
Yeah,
Yeah, I got it.
It will break you mentally. It's mental health. It breaks you mentally. It did. Then until Navin came to me, he was like, yo, what? You've achieved so much. Like things that people do dream about, people that you worked really hard to be where you are. So why are you letting all this outside noise get to you? You got a beautiful family, beautiful circle of friends, got a beautiful girlfriend. What some more you want, motherfucker? Like some things that some people here are still trying to do. So what is your problem? And that was a reminder to me. I'm like, yeah, what am I doing? Then marriage happened, and I just kept away from everything. I closed all. The word, you bury the hatchet. So I buried all the hatchet, and today I can see somebody when they have a green eye, like the word, he has a green eye on you. Even they're nice to you on your face, then behind you, I catch it. The energy doesn't lie. I learned that from 2017 onwards. So I see that, I smile to myself. I'm a grown-ass man. I got a family to take care of, I got nobody to impress. I think I've done great for a brown boy from my town. So those kind of validation that I give myself was more important than the validation people were giving me. Or like, oh, your song came out, not so hebat as well. I said, oh, really? Yeah, bro. Okay, thank you. You know,
Damn annoying, right? Fellas like that.
last time I'll be like, hey, fucker, what do you think you got on hebat song? Is it? Why your flow is like, you know, you will argue back. But now I'm like, oh, really? Yeah, bro. Okay, good for you, bro. Like, you know, that's how you think about it. Great. Because there's 7 billion people on planet Earth for me to reach out my music to. So why am I bothered about that one person? This is what Naveen told me. So it always stays in my head. If one guy comes and tell you you're shit, you're whack, why are you worried about that guy? If you have a personal connection with him, then it's going to affect you. If you don't have a personal connection, why are you letting it affect you? There's so many other people that you can send your music to, and they would like it. You know, if one person doesn't like it, that doesn't mean another person will not like it. So these kind of things were my moment, JJ, that I closed everything. And I was like, hey, I got a life to live. I got a family to take care. I got a beautiful daughter to look forward growing up with. So why am I bothered about some toxic disloyalty or anything that has happened in my life? So I don't keep grudges anymore. When I was young, I used to. I'm like, I keep grudges to my heart. I was built that way. But now I don't keep grudges, bro. I'm like, oh, really? Okay, cool. Like, I move on very quickly because there are other things in life that you want to look forward to. Like, waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning and suddenly your daughter coming into your room, like, "Appa." For me, that was very exciting because what am I going to do with the next 2 hours with this child to put her back to sleep? That was more exciting than seeing some people saying some things about your music or something when I've already proven myself. I think I've proven myself. My peers think I've done great. So who am I trying to impress? Like, it doesn't matter anymore. Like, I think when we start letting these things affect us, that is when you're going to try to outdo yourself when it comes to writing. Then you're going to never be happy with what you write. And then you're going to do shit ass music. Or you're going to do music that you think is dope, but it's very, very toxic to the community. So nowadays, I'm very careful with what I write. And I think I've seen that in your writing as well. Like, you're very careful what you write these days compared to like 5 to 7 years ago, what you were writing. Yeah.
No, but we were young. It's fine, you know. We learn along the way. But we didn't know music had that much of power. If you say something, people gonna do it. If you say this is the way to do, this is the way to go, people gonna think that's the way to go.
True.
So yeah, I hope you keep it.
Thank you, JJ. That was a great question. Okay, I got two more questions, and then I'm gonna ask the last question. Okay, tell us your Santosh moment, bro. How was it, Mr. Kabali? There's a lot of MCs here. I gotta just put it straight. 2016 was still, I still think it's the dopest year for Tamil boys, for my generation, because there were three guys the same month. Everybody came out on a big with a big composer.
It was the celebration.
Yeah, it was like whoever the celebrated at that time are real true buddies. One was Roshan with Santosh, Sri Rasko with A.R. Rahman. Number 3 was Balan Kash with Anirudh. All 3 records were supported by the radios, were supported by the scene, and people really felt happy for us. Like, friends who've seen us struggle, friends who've seen us suffer, they really, really were happy. And at the same time, you saw some people who were not happy about it. Like, fuck, why isn't it me? Then they've told me this, like, no, I'm doper than you. I'm like, yeah, maybe it's timing. Maybe you haven't worked hard. Maybe you're not putting yourself out there. You know, there's so many things from that experience. So 2016, for me, when Roshan got to work with Rajinikanth, then after that, got one more Rajinikanth. Then it was Vijay. Like, he surpassed everybody. Like, all the boys who have gone to Hollywood, like Roshan surpassed.
Only Ajit and Kamal left.
Yeah, like, you know, that moment was like, it was not a, you don't compete with this kind of things. You're supposed to celebrate it more. Like, like when Cheese did for Vijay's movie as well, or when Rabbit did something, or when Yogi did something, Burn, Jazz, Saint recently did something. You know, you're supposed to celebrate this moment rather than like, why isn't it me kind of moment. So How was that experience? Like,
Uh, unbelievable, basically. I think I said it the other day. I was there sitting on set thinking how out of. Okay, I don't think I told this during our last interview. Your phone got battery, Balan?
we got about 20%.
Okay, okay, Chante. So don't lose this interview, please.
I will kill IG, bro.
So, okay, there are a few things I want to touch. I won't try not to repeat what I said that day. Remember, you were saying just before this that someone told you that, oh, you got a nice song, but the song's not letoping, right? Okay, touching on that point, something for the viewers out there. Just put out what comes from your soul. Do the best that you can. Obviously, maybe sonically it's not the best or whatever. Maybe it might get 100 views, 1,000 views, 5,000 views. It won't reach your expectation of what it should be. But why I bring this up is because I got Santosh work because of my older stuff. It was not any of my newer stuff that he liked. My verses, my production. He was a fan of my older stuff. So just so you guys know, maybe your older stuff might serve some form, as long as it came from a good place. It might not have had the views and stuff, but it might trigger something way bigger than views and stuff. Perfect example lah. I cannot think of anything bigger unless Drake or whoever these fellas. But at the end day, for me, Rajinikanth is already way higher than that. So to surpass that, I don't know. Maybe other people won't understand, but in my mind, as an Indian, guy, Rajinikanth is next. Like he's like probably Kanye level lah. If you maybe even way more.
No,
But I'm
Elvis, Ben, everybody put together, James Brown, everybody.
Trying to think what would hip hoppers relate to, but way past that lah. Okay, so that's why I said if your stuff don't pop off today, somebody big might like it in the future. So that is one. And another story which you guys don't know is that the first choice, the first choice was to be on these movies. I don't know whether I can reveal. Let's just say one of the best rappers in America was because Ranjit is always thinking outside of the box, right? And he's in touch with what's going on. So let's just say the first choice was supposed to be, if it wasn't Roshan, it would have been somebody else from the States. A lot of people don't know this. Big, you name your top 5, he was probably one of those. You got it right. Right now, one of the GOATs, it was supposed to be that guy. But obviously, there were so many other reasons, timing, also payment-wise, which was a bit too... Of course, they could afford it, but for some other reasons, it just didn't happen. Then they did these auditions and everyone was sending in their demos and stuff. Shout out to Vikram. He's the one who gave me the plug and was like, this is the email address, and like I mentioned the last interview, I was always pushed in that. I was always pushed in the India direction. It's never my intention to get in that scene. I always pushed my brothers into that scene. But I basically went there so many times, nothing happened and stuff, that I told him, okay, Machan, this is the last time I will send my demo to all these super producers. If Tajadi, please stop bugging me and don't ask me again lah. It's a bit, hard lah to keep on getting rejected that way. But surprisingly, I got a call, got it. He liked the stuff, the older stuff, and he's like, let's work. So one job became 2 jobs, and then we record some unreleased stuff. I have no idea when he's going to release it. And then one movie became 2 movies, became 3 movies. And I've always been a fan of his work because he got that organic sound. He knows his music lah, in and out. And yeah, very nice guy. Very he's just normal lah. I think you've worked with a lot of these guys as well, right? They're just normal. They are superstar level, but just normal. Of course, there has to be, because everyone's calling them sir, and I'm like, because he asked me to write a verse then and there in his studio, and I was like, nah, can I just go to the shop nearby? I need to buy a cigarette. And he's like, you want cigarette? Then he called his boy, what do you want, gold flake? Okay. And he asked his boy to go buy cigarette, and I'm like, no, I will go don't tell the boy to go. I will go because I need some fresh air also. Then he's like, no, no, no. You stay here. You focus on the work. He'll go buy the cigarette. So yeah, lah, all these small things, and damn funny guy. And I think I mentioned this the last time. He just let you. He trusts. Of course, he's this. In my mind, he's a super producer. So he chose you for a reason. So he's not like anal about, no, you should do this. You should change this. He's like, you do you. There's a reason you're here. I call you for a reason. Do whatever, write whatever. Just stick to the narrative of the movie lah. And yeah, he's very cool lah. And I know there's a lot of stuff going on right now. All this weird stuff, political stuff, and drama, beefy stuff. But all of them lah, from Ranjit to Santosh, nice guys lah. Very, and just normal guys who are superbly talented, out of this world.
Thank you for sharing that, bro. Like that should be a reminder to people, like how some of the stuff that you put out way back could make a big difference, because it was the same with me. And I realized as well, working with some superstars, they will humble your ass up, bro. You think you're a superstar? These are guys who get 1 billion streams. These guys are getting 1 billion TikTok views, and they are more humble than half of the cats we know out here.
Not only that, they can tell their fans, go and kill the fella. The fans will go and kill.
It's crazy, like they're that humble, bro, and they always let you do your thing, and they want to know, hey, bro, how did you get into this? How do you how come the English is like this? What kind of hip hop that you heard? It's nice to be in a position where you're speaking to some people that are ranking in millions and doing superstar movies, but they're so humble and they're always learning from you. So that moment was really dope for me, working with all these India guys. So before the last question, I just want to say, whoever that's watching this, pick your friends right. I had a great friend who believed in me, who pushed me in the right direction, and that was Naveen. And then I had another friend who pushed me in the right direction. I landed in India.
Your circle.
Vikram is one of the nicest dudes that I know growing up. And every time I went to India, he held me down like I'm his brother, like that. Cha, what do you want? Biryani? Cha, you want drinks? It comes without saying. I don't see him for 3 years. Then I go there a month after my wedding, and it just connected back the same way like how it was 3 years ago. That's
He's another guy who never changed from college.
I hope all of y'all will remember this. You have to pick friends like that. It's a skill set that comes with it. Comes with a lot of sacrifice having friends like that. So last question. Beach Times and Life IG is to build with my friends, my peers, people that I want to speak to, younger, older, OGs, my peers, juniors. I think there's a space for all of us to learn something from somebody, always. So I felt like if I put out all these contents, one day my daughter would learn who her father was. At the same time, my audience can learn from people that I'm speaking to, that it's not a overnight thing. Sometimes it's overnight, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's years of hard work. Like every guest that I had said the same thing. Friendship, very important. Learn not to give up, and also humble yourself. So I hope we all learn that from people like Roshan and all. So thank you, Roshan. So the last question,
Thank you.
This one's from my documentary.
Yes.
I think every guest, told what they felt about it. You are the only special one that has to answer twice. So please tell us, what do you think?
I love your tonation of please tell us.
Well, you could tell the same thing you said last week. Like some of my wife was like, "Oh, Roshan was very honest about it." I'm like, yeah, Roshan's honest about it, because
we be honest with friends at the end of the day.
We don't get that much of honesty nowadays, bro. So it's good to get that honesty. So tell us what you think about Balan Kash and Kokula Balan as a person. Whatever experiences that you have. This is for my documentary, so you can feel free to say how you want to say.
So, Balan, in case you guys don't know, whoever's watching, some may know, some may not know. I've known him for damn long, and we've been through a lot together, and we know each other's stories and stuff. What I admire about Balan, he always wears his heart on his sleeve, and he's never been one to shy away from telling the situation as it is. Sometimes, in a nutshell, he'll go too deep in the situation. When you ask about one thing, he'll tell the whole story, which is good. He tells you in depth, and that is something you can't really find with a lot of people who, really tell you. Because at the end of the day, you have to understand that we're not, we in this rap line, it's very hard to show, show your hand. It always got to be, it's all good and, pop in and drop in and ain't no stopping and, I'm all gooder and, but Balan has always, at the end of the day, you got to realize we're human beings. There's nobody in this world who's not going to have ups and downs. If there's someone who is all up all the way, it's probably the devil. And even the devil has had ups and downs. If you read lah. So if you catch my drift. So yeah, he's always someone who tells you, his deeper stories, even his downs, especially. It's easy to share with people your ups. Not many people share your downs, and he's one who shared with me. And you can't share with everybody, but he trusts me, and I appreciate that about him, because he trusts me and he shares stuff with me. And apart from that, I think we went over this. He's never changed from day one. Always worked hard, or tried his best to do his best. Always putting family first. It was his mom and family side. Now with wife and kid. And I've seen nothing but progress along the way. I've also seen the crazy Balan, the havoc Balan, the autopilot Balan, and it's all fun. I wanted to bring something up. There's one part after the first interview, the lost tapes. There was one part which we missed out. There was, what I also treasure is, those times Balan and I used to MC for clubs, and there where we would always, like, before we kickstart our job, because we would probably be the main set, so we start at 12:30. So before that, we meet up at about 11:30, right before we go on. We'll kena cigarette outside. So he's working in one club, I'm at the club next door, and we've been doing this for a long time, and we kena on cigarette, talk. And the funny thing is, we don't talk about music stuff. We're just talking normal stuff. Head to work, hype the club up, and probably kena 1-2 after that, and we're done. So I treasure those moments also where it slipped my mind that day, that we used to MC together a lot, either in same club, different clubs, next door clubs, or down the street. So yeah, basically I've seen Balan grow. And also Balan, apart from that, is a person who supports always supports all the way. Never once I've heard anything like like I said, in this rap game, I give you an example, okay, for the 45,000 of you who are watching right now. And this happens, I think, with the rap community a lot. Not everybody shares your stuff. And Balan, and I would also speak for myself, we are the people who can have a drop. We probably work so hard to drop something out, and on our drop, whether it's a cap, you just drop, because the psyche is, I drop, therefore I focus on this drop. Nothing else comes in this picture. But I can say this for Balan and myself, that I can drop DPKT, Balan drops a cap, I can still stray away from my marketing plan and still share his stuff, still ask people, get the cap. Or even if it's a music video, check out Balan, check out this one, check out Rabbit. Not many, if you analyze and keep your eyes peeled, there's a lot of bad stuff happening in the game, which maybe some of you don't realize. If you've reached a certain level of following, you already treat it like a business, and you don't share other people's stuff. Although you can be friends and you can be the nicest guy, but it's more of this space is for me to push me and me alone. So Balan is one of the guys who never gave two shits, and he can drop a song, and if I drop a song, he would share it on the same day. I don't have to, and there's a difference between sometimes you gotta ask also. And I think we are guys who don't need to ask. It's already a given lah. When you go through so much together, it's like because I think we come from same backgrounds, roughly the same backgrounds and stuff, that we know the hustle, we know how much effort it takes to do this kind of stuff. Therefore, we support without even being asked. A lot of people say, damn, Saudi macam, but it stops about there. But a share, a like, no, not a, screw the like, a share goes a long way. And a lot of people don't do it. Balan is one who does. And also shout out to Cheesy, Rabbit, they do as well. I respect that. And my eyes are peeled. I'm watching. Because by the grace of God, He's taken me a lot of places, and there's a lot more places we will go. And I'm watching all this, and I'm taking names. So yeah.
I think I couldn't have said it better. Like, I think the brown boy community, we need to understand, like, it's not much to just share something or just put out something for your homeboys or people of, you know, I'm not saying we're territorial, but just learn how the other communities in this country are, how supportive they are to each other, and how they build themselves. And it took them a long time too. So I bet we got a long way to go, but we can start today. So big shout out to you, Roshan. Thank you for being so honest with all your questions, with all the answers. And it's always a pleasure having you. And regards to the missus and the little one at home. Thank you for
get your caps, guys. Remember, I told you guys, get the caps, because just like all these FUBU shirts and stuff we started this interview with, one day these things are gonna be, you're gonna look back and be like, shit, I should have bought that. When you guys are, you know, I'm sure there'll come a time either you'll stop at a certain number, you know, maybe this version you might come up with a new one, but this won't be done again.
I don't think so. Be done again.
Yeah, so it will stop at a certain point of time. So get it, guys. I have to say, Balan knows I do merchandise as well. Sorry, not just merchandise. We have brands which only by the grace of God has popped off and is doing some sort of doing well. And I gotta say, when you do these type of things, caps, clothes, shirts, first thing, if you're in this business, you look at quality. And if you want quality, guys, this is it. From the hem to everything is chanted, to the print, to the stitch. So tip top, guys. Worth the buy.
Shout out to Cap City. Shout out to everybody.
Cap City.
Today. Thank you, Roshan. I think I've asked you all the questions, and thank you for joining me 2 times. And I think this one was
good for having me.
Let's pray that this one IG doesn't do anything dumb. So thank you. Safe. And whoever, I'm gonna put down this. Before watching the MU game, I think I'm gonna go listen to Donda. So Roshan, please listen to Donda. I think hip hop changes.
Ben keeps saying Donda.
Yeah, I think hip hop changes tonight. You know, there goes everybody's flow. Get back to your book. Get back to your book, guys. Get back to your books. He changed it again. So Roshan, thank you, Macha. I will see
thank you,
soon.
brother.
And everybody stay safe, guys. Peace, one love.
Stay safe, guys. God bless. Hey, where's the button? Interesting.
Yeah, it's an X in the right-hand side, la day.
Oh, I thought there'll be something called leave. Too much Zoom la nowadays. Okay, bye guys.
Peace.
Peace.
Thank you everybody for joining us. Really, really, really appreciate you guys joining us. Please let me know if you want me to speak to somebody from the scene or anybody who's doing business or anything that we can learn from. So I hope everybody learned something from Roshan today and the conversation we had. Beats, Rhymes, and Live will be every Wednesday, Fridays, and Sundays. So take care, guys. Have a great week ahead. God bless you. Stay safe. Peace.